Good evening and welcome to our Monday night news as part of our entire coverage of Kivumbi 2017. We have been live from 6 o'clock and we are not done. We'll be going all the way up until 11 p.m. I'm Yvonne Okwara Matole. Welcome to our program tonight. We just want to take a break from our conversation to give you the latest news, which we will do in just a moment. But just to remind you, Kivumbi continues on the Bulletin tonight. We will get to our big question in just a moment, but let me remind you what's coming up after this news bulletin. That is the politicians section. Remember, it's the people, the pundits, and the politicians. And tonight's politician, Joe Ageo, is sitting down with the NASA campaign chair and co-principal, Musalia Mudavadi. Joe, what do you have for us with him?
Thank you very much, Yvonne Okwara Matole. Yes, the NASA campaign chair is here with me, Musalia Mudavadi. And one of the questions I'll be asking you, and maybe you can just tease it, 10 million strong. What's that really all about?
Well, that means that we want to win this election in a one-off situation. We don't want to go for a runoff.
Where those 10 million people are, where they come from, who they are, their demographics. But Yvonne, an interesting conversation. Remember, today we've been talking about what Kenyans are looking for in the leaders that they choose, and we've been asking whether people are interested in money, are interested in the wealth and money, of course, education, whether it's about the tribe, and we're going to be dissecting all of that. And because today we have one of those politicians who are a key player in this election, I think we'll get some of the answers here.
Indeed, we look forward to that conversation. That's at 10 o'clock, so please do make a point of staying with us for that. That will be exclusively on KTN News. We want to continue to remind you that our coverage on Kivumbi 2017 continues here. And our big Q tonight, we're asking you, what will you vote for on the 8th of August? Is it integrity, education, tribe, or money? What will you vote for on the 8th of August? Will it be integrity, education, tribe, or money? Send in your views. You can SMS us 22155. Start with tell us what your choices will be. You can also tweet us at KTN News, at Yvonne Okwara. The hashtag to use tonight is Kivumbi 2017. I look forward to taking a look at your views. So that is what we have in store for you on Kivumbi. But we also want to update you with all the latest happenings today, here in the country and beyond. Here's a look at our top stories tonight.
Uzia wa Kenya agenda yako, uache Jubilee naye uzie wa Kenya agenda yake.
President Kenyatta woos voters after he's cleared to run for a second term in office.
And what he did is that when he presented the signatures in the format that IEBC had provided, they rejected them.
And President hopeful Peter Gishira is charged with attempted suicide. They will be voting for the first time. We hear from the Makonde of Kwale County. Also coming up, the experience of a ride on the standard gauge railway line. Welcome to our bulletin tonight. Our sign language interpreter is Maresha Owiti. President Uhuru Kenyatta has received the official nod from the IEBC to defend his seat in the August 8th general election. And as our political affairs reporter Murimi Mwangi now tells us, Kenyatta is defending his government's performance even as he pleads with Kenyans to re-elect him.
Meeting with IEBC.
From the early morning final review of his nomination papers at State House to the carnival of jubilation that colored his roadside rallies from Nairobi's Eastlands to the Kenyatta International Convention Center, the day was clearly a big one for President Uhuru Kenyatta. As Deputy William Ruto, as Kenyan electoral body IEBC cleared the Jubilee duo to run for re-election in the August 8th polls. Uhuru and Ruto would later step out to a jubilant multitude of their supporters at Komesa grounds.
Tunasema tupatie kwa heshima miaka ingine mitano, tunataka kufikisha idadi ya Wakenya ambao wameunganishwa kwa huduma ya stima to 70%.
We have a track record. Our competitors, despite being in government for 105 years, they have no record of any performance in their record.
Pleading for a second term in office, Uhuru defended his track record as he pledged to make secondary school education free post-2017. This as the head of state rubbished claims by National Super Alliance presidential candidate Raila Odinga that Jubilee's underperformance had escalated the cost of living and made life unbearable for ordinary Kenyans.
Hakuna haja ya kutusi Uhuru. Hakuna haja ya kutusi Ruto. Wewe uzia Wakenya agenda yako, uwache Jubilee naye uzie Wakenya agenda yake.
We want to tell the people of Kenya, in Uhuru Kenyatta's leadership, you will never go wrong.
But in yet another display of political muscle ahead of the August polls, Ruto led the Jubilee Brigade at yet again parading their hand from raids in perceived opposition strongholds. Among them, ODM-elected Budalangi MP Ababu Namwamba,
Nairobi, oye!
whose Labour Party has endorsed Kenyatta's re-election bid.
Only a fool never changes his mind. Ukiuliza, why is Ababu here? I tell you, a good idea must give way to a better idea.
Na Kenya yote tunamuunga mkono rais na mgombea mwenza.
The politics of the capital city county of Nairobi did not escape the president's big day as Kenyatta vouched for Mike Sonko's election as Nairobi governor, describing the senator as a better leader than the incumbent Dr. Evans Kidero.
Unakubaliana na mimi wenzangu? Mtu ambaye atajua ya kwamba shida ya mwananchi wa kawaida sio aongezewe kodi, ni kodi ipunguzwe na ndio aweze kuongeza pesa ambayo inabaki kwa mfuko wake.
Shida ya harassment ya wananchi na wale askari wa City Council, hiyo itazikwa kwa kaburi la sahau. Sisi askari wa Kanjo tutawapeleka training na tutaandika vijana wengine.
At one point, Jubilee supporters and alleged opposition followers clashed outside City Hall, causing police to respond. With the IEBC clearance certificate now in hand, President Uhuru Kenyatta has exactly 68 days to vigorously campaign for his re-election as the campaigns officially close 48 hours to the August 8th polls. Muremi Mwangi, KTN News in Nairobi.
Kenyan voters will have a choice of 8 presidential candidates in the August polls. The IEBC has cleared the 8 candidates, 3 of whom are independent. But as Rita Tinina reports, not all the presidential aspirants were happy.
Going through the motions for the 3rd time. Seeking a second term in office, Uhuru Kenyatta and his running mate, William Ruto, were at the KICC for their date with the IEBC. His appearance before the commission lasting less than 20 minutes. Just like the other candidates, Jubilee Party officials presented required documents at the vetting desk before Uhuru was ushered in for the final verification by the IEBC chairman Wafula Chebukati, the national returning officer for presidential elections.
And I hereby certify that Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta is the presidential candidate.
With that, the Uhuru-Ruto pair was given the nod to seek re-election, a clearance that came with a word of caution from the electoral body.
As a commission, we expect you to abide by the code of conduct. We look forward that you'll have a peaceful election and restrain any party or supporters from any acts of violence.
and an assurance from the president.
We shall sell our policies. We have no intention to insult, obstruct, abuse our opponents. Our desire is only to sell our policies.
Uhuru first vied for the presidency in the year 2002 and lost, before vying again in 2013 when he won.
Peace now, peace during the campaigns, and peace after the election, and we shall respect the reality that we shall have on after the 8th of August this year.
Earlier in the day, the IEBC cleared 3 independent candidates. Former MP Joseph Nyaga, Professor Michael Wainaina, and Japheth Kavinga. United Democratic Party's Cyrus Jirongo also got the nod. On Sunday, the IEBC cleared Ekuru Aukot, Abdu Badida, and Raila Odinga. Applications by Justus Juma and Erastus Masira, 2 of the candidates who are in the list of 10 shortlisted candidates, were rejected due to lack of required documents, including signatures of 48,000 supporters and 200,000 shillings nomination fees. Trufena Mora and Nazlin Umar, who were not shortlisted by the IEBC, showed up at the KICC, Nazlin claiming she had unfairly been locked out of the presidential race.
The entire process is marred and rigged and disputed.
It will be the first time that independent candidates are gunning for the highest job on the land. And just like the 2013 election, voters will have 8 presidential candidates to choose from in a high-stakes election, with Raila Odinga hopeful of becoming Kenya's 5th president, as Uhuru Kenyatta works towards avoiding a one-term presidency. Rita Tinina, KTN News.
You're watching Monday Night News here on Kivumbi 2017. And so our big cue is drawn from the conversation we've been having all evening, and it's about what you are going to be looking for in your leader 70 days from today. What will you vote for on the 8th of August? Will it be integrity, education, tribe, or money? At KTN News, at Yvonne Okwara are the Twitter handles. The hashtag to use is Kivumbi 2017. All right, so let's carry on with some of our big stories tonight. Peter Gishira was barred from vying as an independent presidential candidate by the Independent and Electoral Boundaries Commission. Today, he denied charges of attempted suicide. Gishira was arrested after he attempted to jump off the 6th floor of the Anniversary Towers on Sunday.
As presidential aspirants made their way to the Independent and Electoral Boundaries Commission offices to submit their nomination papers for clearance, independent presidential aspirant Peter Gishira appeared in court. His hopes of ever getting to be cleared to run for the top seat getting dimmer as the last day of submission comes to an end. Peter Solomon Gishira tried to commit suicide by jumping off the 6th floor of Anniversary Towers, which houses the IEBC offices. This after the Electoral Commission failed to clear him on grounds that his campaign manager termed as unconstitutional.
And what he did is that when he presented the signatures in the format that IEBC had provided, they rejected them on the basis that the 2,000 signatures ought to be from 2,000 independent people from each and every county, not members of any political party.
According to witnesses, when Gishira's efforts to seek audience with the IEBC chair Wafula Chebukati concerning the issue became futile, he turned violent. It is when he opened a window and tried to jump out before security guards grabbed him. But it was a suicidal act that he denied when he appeared before Nairobi Milimani Chief Magistrate Francis Andai. Gishira faces a jail term if found guilty of attempted murder. So far, he has been granted a bond of 200,000 shillings or a cash bail of the same amount, pending hearing of the case that is set to be heard on the 15th of June.
Has been trying to frustrate me in my contesting.
Raquel Muigai, KTN News.
Erect new obstacle.
All right, let's take a look at what was happening over on the other side. ODM Deputy Party Leader Hassan Joho today led other ODM leaders in reiterating that the party will not support independent candidates. The leaders noted that they will only campaign for ODM candidates. The leaders spoke in Siaya and Bondo towns after they accompanied Siaya Senator James Orengo to deliver his nomination papers at the IEBC office in Siaya County.
The ODM brigade, led by ODM Deputy Leader Hassan Joho at Bondo Town in Siaya County. They were here with one thing in mind. ODM will not support independent candidates.
Niko wote wa Catholic, niko wote wa SDA, niko Waislamu kama mimi na Joho, niko wote wa Roho Malek, Roho Moab, na Roho Israeli. Sasa mimi nimekuja kama kanisa yangu ama kama wale ambaye wanaunga mkono chama chetu kuja OD. Wangapi wanasema hapa wako pamoja na mimi?
Ukienuka tarehe 8 mwezi wa 8 mwaka 2017 unasema anchungwa mimi. Anchungwa.
Raila must be supported by people who are from his party. That is the only way he is going to be a strong president of Kenya who is going to rule with comfort. Otherwise, if you are saying you are supporting Raila for presidency and you are not in his party, that one is okay, you can do so. But you cannot also claim that you want people to vote for you, because when you go in there, you are just independent.
Joho said Uhuru should prepare to be in the opposition after the next general election.
10 million strong. 10 million strong. Ambayo nasemanga upendagi hiyo lugha kama umejam bust.
The children who are in class 1 are now in class 5, going to class 5. They have been repeating, they have never seen laptops. You are coming back again to promise free primary and secondary education. Yet you have not been even able to pay teachers. Jubilee, we are telling you, Uhuru Kenyatta, come 8 August 2017, PO Box, Katundu.
Earlier, the team had paid a courtesy call at Governor Asanga's office to show their support. It will be interesting to see how the Orange Party will deal with the issue of independent candidates, with the Nyanza region having several such candidates. Rashid Ronald, KTN News, in the county of Siaya.
And still on politics, Baringo Senator Gideon Moi was also cleared to defend his Senate position. Moi thereafter addressed a rally in Kabarnet town and condemned insecurity in Baringo County. Victor Gale has that story.
Gideon Kipsiele Towet Moi arrived in Kabarnet in style with a motorcade of over 50 vehicles and hundreds of riders leading the convoy from Kiptilit into Kabarnet. The KANU National Chairman was all relaxed and calm as he faced the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Baringo officers. And after receiving his certificate, it was time for yet another lap of honor in Kabarnet town. Later on, Gideon had a rally drumming up support for his re-election. The KANU chairman did not base his words on matters insecurity that have for a while now continued to cause loss of lives, livestock and property in Baringo. Gideon further urged the residents of Baringo to vote in leaders who are visionary and who will steer the county to greater heights.
Hatutaruhusu mtu yoyote atoe insecurity au afanye insecurity kwa county yetu ya Baringo County. Hiyo maneno tumekataa. Na hiyo maneno tunataka ikome kutoka leo. Askari ambao wameleta ambao wako hapa wafanyi kazi zao. Wananchi wakae kwa amani. Wananchi wakubaliwe wakae kwa amani kama Wakenya wengine.
Gideon also warned the voters to vote for him, as well as drummed up support for President Uhuru Kenyatta.
Tumeamua hapa kwamba tutaombea kura na tutapigia kura Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Na tutampigia kwa block.
The meeting was also attended by KANU aspirants as well as top politicians from Baringo County. It was a meeting that has elicited mixed reactions not only here in Kabarnet but the entire Baringo County. A meeting that has marked the commencement of a rigorous campaign trail by Baringo Senator Gideon Moi. Victor Ogale, KTN News, Baringo.
All right, so remember, tonight we're asking you what you will be voting for on the 8th of August. Integrity, education, tribe, or money? Sylvester Aura says integrity overrides all other parameters. It's the core of good leadership and exemplary governance. Here's one from Victor Peter. I'll go with integrity. What many, I believe, will go with. Asavo, you say it all starts and ends with integrity. The leaders we have had are all learned, but the bar starts and stops at integrity. Bob Kabugi, you say I will vote for a candidate with integrity. Those are your views. Chesi Nganga Kennedy says I will be voting for educated leaders. Mohafanki Wawajir, you say no doubt at the end Kenyans fall for the cobweb of tribe, money and interest, not the rightful element of good leadership. All right, so those are your thoughts. Keep them coming in. The hashtag is Kivumbi 2017. The Twitter handles at Yvonne Okwara and at KTN News. You're watching Kivumbi 2017. We're taking a quick break. When we return, we'll move a little bit away from politics and to another big event that took place today, and that was the first ride on the SGR. We'll be telling you more about that. In fact, I believe we'll have Abby's story, and you'll get a chance to see for yourself firsthand what the inside of those trains look like. We'll be back.